Most people spend their lives searching for the secret to success, believing it's hidden in luck, talent, or perfect timing. But what if the greatest path to success has been available to you all along? What if the difference between ordinary and extraordinary isn't a mystery? It's a decision repeated every single day. Today, we're going to uncover the principles that quietly transform average lives into remarkable ones. Every meaningful journey toward success begins with one powerful decision: accepting complete responsibility for your life. The moment you stop blaming circumstances, other people, bad luck, or your past, you begin to unlock a level of personal power that has always been within you. Many people wait for someone to rescue them, encourage them, or create opportunities for them. They spend years hoping that life will suddenly become easier. But success rarely visits those who wait. It belongs to those who accept that their future is built by the choices they make today. Responsibility is not a burden meant to hold you down. It is the foundation that gives you the freedom to build the life you truly want. Life is never perfectly fair. Some people begin with greater advantages, better education, stronger financial support, or more favorable circumstances. Others begin with very little. While you may not control where you start, you always have influence over where you decide to go. Dwelling on what you cannot change only drains your energy, while focusing on what you can control creates momentum. Every day presents a new opportunity to improve your attitude, sharpen your skills, strengthen your character, and make wiser decisions. These small actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but they gradually shape the direction of your entire life. Personal responsibility also requires complete honesty with yourself. It means looking in the mirror without making excuses. It means asking difficult questions instead of avoiding them. Are your daily habits moving you toward your goals or pulling you away from them? Are your decisions based on discipline or temporary comfort? Are you investing your time wisely or allowing distractions to steal your future? These questions are uncomfortable because they demand accountability. Yet they are the very questions that successful people ask themselves on a regular basis. Growth begins the moment excuses end. Many people believe that success is determined by external events. But in reality, success is largely shaped by internal decisions. Your attitude influences your actions. Your actions create your habits. Your habits form your character, and your character ultimately determines your results. This chain of cause and effect reminds us that lasting change always begins on the inside before it becomes visible on the outside. Every responsible choice, no matter how small, plants a seed that eventually produces a meaningful reward. Taking responsibility also means becoming the architect of your own standards. Instead of waiting for someone else to tell you what excellence looks like, you create expectations for yourself that are higher than what the world demands. You choose to arrive prepared, to finish what you begin, to honor your commitments, and to give your best effort even when no one is watching. Character is revealed not in moments of public recognition, but in the quiet decisions made when there is no applause, no reward, and no guarantee that anyone will notice. The most successful individuals understand that every decision carries consequences. A single hour wasted may seem harmless, just as a single hour invested may appear insignificant. Yet over weeks, months, and years, those hours become careers, relationships, financial security, personal growth, and lasting achievement. Your future is rarely changed by one dramatic event. It is shaped by hundreds of ordinary decisions that accumulate over time. Each day offers another opportunity to choose responsibility over excuses, action over hesitation, learning over complacency, and progress over regret. Discipline is one of the greatest investments you can make in yourself because it continues to pay dividends long after motivation has disappeared. Anyone can feel inspired for a day or two. Anyone can become excited after watching a motivational video, reading an inspiring book, or hearing a powerful speech. But excitement fades, emotions change, and circumstances become challenging. Discipline is what remains when motivation is no longer enough. It is the quiet commitment to keep moving forward regardless of how you feel. The people who accomplish extraordinary things are not necessarily the most talented or the most fortunate. More often, they are the ones who consistently do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like doing it. Success is built through ordinary actions, repeated with extraordinary consistency. Waking up on time, keeping promises to yourself, reading a few pages every day, improving one skill at a time, exercising regularly, managing your time wisely, and completing your responsibilities without constant reminders may seem like small habits. On their own, they don't appear life-changing. Yet when these actions are repeated day after day, they create a powerful momentum that becomes impossible to ignore. Great achievements are rarely the result of one remarkable effort. They are usually the product of thousands of disciplined choices made over months and years. One of the greatest misconceptions about discipline is that it limits freedom. In reality, discipline creates freedom. Financial discipline gives you greater financial security. Physical discipline gives you better health and more energy. Mental discipline helps you remain calm under pressure. Emotional discipline strengthens relationships and improves decision-making. Professional discipline opens doors to opportunities that others never receive. Every area of life rewards those who are willing to control themselves before trying to control their circumstances. There will always be distractions competing for your attention. The world constantly offers entertainment, comfort, and instant gratification. It encourages shortcuts instead of mastery and convenience instead of commitment. Discipline requires you to recognize these distractions for what they truly are: temporary pleasures that often delay long-term success. Every time you choose your priorities over your impulses, you strengthen your character. Every time you say no to something that steals your time, you say yes to the future you are trying to build. Daily discipline is also about honoring the promises you make to yourself. Many people lose confidence not because they lack ability, but because they repeatedly break their own commitments. They promise to wake up earlier, but they don't. They promise to learn a new skill, but they postpone it. They promise to save money, improve their health, or work harder, yet they continually delay taking action. Every broken promise weakens self-trust. On the other hand, every fulfilled commitment strengthens your confidence because it proves that your words and your actions are aligned. Self-confidence grows from evidence, and discipline provides that evidence every single day. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds over time. Just as small deposits eventually grow into significant wealth, small disciplined actions eventually produce remarkable success. What feels insignificant today may become your greatest advantage tomorrow. The extra hours spent learning, the additional effort given at work, the decision to stay focused when others become distracted, and the willingness to improve when no immediate reward is visible all contribute to a future that looks dramatically different from the present. The extraordinary life that many people admire is often the result of ordinary discipline practiced faithfully long before anyone noticed. Every person naturally seeks comfort. We enjoy routines that feel familiar, environments that seem safe, and situations where we already know what to expect. There is nothing wrong with appreciating stability, but there is a hidden danger in allowing comfort to become a permanent destination. Comfort may protect you from temporary discomfort, but it can also prevent you from discovering your true potential. Every significant achievement, every valuable lesson, and every meaningful transformation begins the moment you become willing to step beyond what feels easy and familiar. Growth has never been found in standing still. It is found in moving forward despite uncertainty. Think about every skill you admire, whether it is leadership, communication, business, creativity, or confidence. None of these abilities appear overnight. Every expert was once a beginner who felt uncomfortable. Every confident speaker once struggled with nervousness. Every successful entrepreneur once questioned whether their idea would work. Every accomplished athlete once experienced failure, exhaustion, and self-doubt. The difference is not that successful people avoided discomfort. The difference is that they accepted discomfort as part of the learning process rather than a signal to quit. Many people mistake fear for a warning to stop, when in reality, fear is often an indication that they are approaching an opportunity to grow. Starting a new project, applying for a better position, learning a difficult skill, speaking in front of others, or making a life-changing decision will almost always create uncertainty. That uncertainty is not your enemy. It is evidence that you are entering unfamiliar territory where learning takes place. If every decision you make feels completely comfortable, there is a strong possibility that you are choosing familiarity over progress. Growth also requires the willingness to fail without allowing failure to define you. The comfort zone promises protection from the stakes, but it also protects you from improvement. Outside that zone, mistakes become teachers rather than enemies. Every setback reveals something valuable about your methods, your preparation, your mindset, or your character. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" successful people ask, "What can this experience teach me?" That single shift in perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Failure becomes information, not identity. One of the greatest rewards of leaving your comfort zone is the confidence you gain from overcoming challenges. Confidence is not created by avoiding difficult situations. It is built by facing them repeatedly until they no longer control you. Every challenge you overcome becomes proof that you are capable of handling more than you once believed. Each victory, no matter how small, expands your belief in yourself and prepares you for even greater responsibilities. Over time, what once seemed impossible gradually becomes normal because your abilities have grown to match the demands placed upon you. The remarkable thing about comfort zones is that they expand every time you push beyond them. What feels intimidating today may become effortless after enough practice. The conversation you were afraid to have becomes easier. The responsibility you once doubted yourself capable of handling becomes part of your daily routine. The goals that once seemed far beyond your reach begin to feel realistic because you have become a different person through consistent growth. Success does not simply change your circumstances, it changes your capacity to achieve even greater things. Every worthwhile opportunity asks for courage before it offers reward. It demands patience before it delivers results, and persistence before it reveals progress. Those who continually choose comfort may experience temporary security, but those who consistently choose growth develop stronger character, greater wisdom, deeper resilience, and a broader vision for what their lives can become because they refuse to let temporary discomfort place permanent limits on their future. Motivation is a wonderful feeling. It fills you with excitement, gives you energy, and makes even the biggest goals seem possible. It often arrives after hearing an inspiring story, reading a powerful book, or imagining the future you want to create. But motivation is an emotion, and like every emotion, it comes and goes. Some mornings, you wake up eager to work toward your dreams, while other days, even the simplest tasks feel difficult. If your progress depends entirely on how motivated you feel, your results will always be unpredictable. That is why truly successful people build their lives on consistency rather than emotion. They understand that steady action will always accomplish more than occasional bursts of enthusiasm. Consistency means showing up regardless of your mood. It means keeping your commitments even when the excitement has faded. It is choosing to read when you would rather scroll through distractions, exercising when you feel tired, practicing your craft when no one is watching, and continuing to improve even when progress seems invisible. These actions may appear ordinary, but they possess extraordinary power because they are repeated. Every day you remain committed, you strengthen the habits that eventually define your character and determine your future. Many people underestimate the value of small improvements because they expect dramatic results overnight. They believe success should arrive quickly if they are working hard. When immediate rewards fail to appear, they become discouraged and often abandon the process entirely. Consistency teaches a different lesson. It reminds you that meaningful success is built gradually. Just as a tree grows one ring at a time and a building is constructed one brick at a time, a successful life is created through daily actions that accumulate over months and years. The smallest positive habit, repeated faithfully, often produces greater results than the largest effort made only once. There will be seasons when your efforts seem unnoticed. You may work diligently without receiving recognition, improve your skills without immediate opportunities, or invest countless hours before seeing measurable progress. During these moments, consistency becomes your greatest advantage. It keeps you moving forward while others become impatient and give up. The world often celebrates dramatic achievements, but it rarely sees the quiet discipline that made those achievements possible. Behind every overnight success are years of unseen preparation, repeated practice, and unwavering commitment. Consistency also develops trust. When you consistently keep your promises, people begin to rely on your character. Employers trust dependable employees. Clients trust reliable professionals. Friends trust those who consistently keep their word. Families grow stronger when love and support are expressed consistently rather than occasionally. Even more importantly, you begin to trust yourself. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you prove that your actions match your intentions. That self-trust becomes a source of confidence that cannot be borrowed from anyone else. Another powerful benefit of consistency is that it removes the pressure to be perfect. You do not have to perform flawlessly every single day. You simply need to keep moving forward. Missing one workout does not ruin your health. Missing one study session does not destroy your education. One difficult day does not erase months of progress. What matters is your willingness to return to the path without making excuses. Consistency is not about never making mistakes. It is about refusing to let mistakes become permanent habits. The people who reach extraordinary heights are rarely those who experience the most motivation. More often, they are the individuals who continue taking meaningful action when motivation is absent, who understand that lasting success belongs to those who value persistence over excitement, commitment over convenience, and daily progress over temporary inspiration. Before success becomes visible in your life, it is first developed in your mind. Every achievement begins as a belief. Every decision begins as a thought. And every action is influenced by the way you see yourself and the world around you. Your mindset acts like a compass, directing the choices you make each day. If you constantly believe that obstacles are too great, opportunities are too small, or your abilities are too limited, your actions will naturally reflect those beliefs. On the other hand, when you develop a mindset focused on growth, possibility, and responsibility, you begin making decisions that move you toward a better future. The direction of your life is rarely determined by circumstances alone. It is largely determined by the way you choose to think about those circumstances. Two people can face the exact same challenge and produce completely different outcomes. One person sees difficulty as proof that success is impossible, while the other sees it as an opportunity to become stronger. One views criticism as a personal attack, while the other accepts it as valuable feedback for improvement. One allows failure to become the final chapter, while the other treats it as a lesson for the next attempt. The difference is not found in the challenge itself, but in the mindset each person brings to it. Your perspective has the power to transform obstacles into opportunities, or opportunities into excuses. A successful mindset is built through intentional thinking. It does not happen automatically. Every day, your mind is influenced by conversations, experiences, media, and the people you spend time with. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and discouragement, those influences slowly shape the way you think. However, when you choose to fill your mind with knowledge, wisdom, positive influences, and meaningful goals, your thinking begins to change. The quality of your thoughts eventually becomes the quality of your decisions, and your decisions determine the quality of your life. Mindset also influences the level of responsibility you are willing to accept. People with a fixed mindset often search for reasons why something cannot be done. They blame conditions, timing, resources, or other people for their lack of progress. Those with a growth-oriented mindset ask a different question. Instead of asking, "Why can't I succeed?" they ask, "What can I learn? What can I improve? What action can I take today?" This shift may seem small, but it changes everything because it moves your attention from problems you cannot control to solutions you can create. Another important characteristic of a successful mindset is patience. Many people become discouraged because they expect immediate rewards for their efforts. They forget that worthwhile achievements require time, persistence, and continuous improvement. A healthy mindset understands that progress is often invisible before it becomes obvious. Just as seeds develop beneath the surface long before they break through the ground, personal growth often happens internally before it produces external results. Those who maintain the right mindset continue working with confidence, knowing that today's efforts are preparing tomorrow's opportunities. Your mindset also shapes the people you attract and the opportunities you recognize. Optimistic individuals are more likely to notice possibilities where others only see limitations. They approach conversations with curiosity instead of fear, challenges with determination instead of hesitation, and setbacks with resilience instead of defeat. This does not mean they ignore difficulties or pretend life is easy. It means they refuse to allow temporary circumstances to define their permanent future. They understand that every decision, every habit, and every response is guided first by the thoughts they choose to believe, and those thoughts gradually become the path that leads them toward the destination they ultimately reach. Many people imagine success as a final destination, a place where all the hard work ends, every goal has been achieved, and there is nothing left to accomplish. They believe that once they reach a certain income, position, or milestone, they will finally arrive. But the truth is that success is not a destination you reach once and remain forever. It is a lifelong journey of continuous improvement. Every achievement opens the door to new opportunities, greater responsibilities, and higher levels of personal growth. Those who understand this never stop learning because they know that the person they become is far more valuable than any reward they receive along the way. Improvement begins with the willingness to become a student of life. No matter how much experience you have or how many accomplishments you collect, there is always something new to discover. Every book you read, every meaningful conversation you have, every challenge you overcome, and every mistake you learn from adds another layer of wisdom to your character. The most successful individuals remain curious throughout their lives. They ask thoughtful questions, seek better methods, and stay open to new ideas because they understand that knowledge expands opportunities. The moment you believe there is nothing left to learn is often the moment your progress begins to slow. One of the greatest dangers on the path to success is becoming satisfied with yesterday's achievements. Past victories should inspire confidence, but they should never become an excuse to stop growing. The habits that brought you to your current level may not be enough to take you where you want to go next. Every new stage of life requires greater discipline, deeper understanding, stronger character, and a broader perspective. Growth demands that you continually evaluate your habits, refine your skills, and improve the way you think. Success belongs to those who are willing to keep evolving instead of relying on yesterday's accomplishments. Continuous improvement also requires humility. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is recognizing that there is always room to become better. It allows you to accept constructive criticism without becoming defensive. It encourages you to learn from people who know more than you, regardless of their background or position. Humility reminds you that every person you meet has something valuable to teach if you are willing to listen. A teachable attitude creates possibilities that pride can never provide. Another important principle of lifelong improvement is patience with the process. Real transformation does not happen overnight. Character is developed one decision at a time. Wisdom is gained one lesson at a time. Confidence grows one challenge at a time. Just as a craftsman carefully shapes every detail of a masterpiece, your life is shaped through thousands of small improvements made consistently over the years. There will be moments when progress seems slow, but slow progress is still progress. Every positive choice strengthens the foundation upon which greater success will be built. As you continue improving, you also increase your ability to serve others. The more knowledge you gain, the more wisely you can guide. The stronger your character becomes, the more people will trust your leadership. The greater your discipline grows, the more opportunities you create for those around you. True success is never limited to personal achievement alone. It expands outward, influencing families, communities, businesses, and future generations. Your commitment to becoming a better person each day creates a lasting impact that extends far beyond your own accomplishments, allowing your growth to become a source of encouragement, value, and opportunity for everyone whose life is touched by your example. Success is not reserved for the lucky. It belongs to those who take responsibility, stay disciplined, remain consistent, and never stop growing. Every day gives you a new opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and closer to the life you envision. Choose progress over excuses, action over fear, and improvement over comfort, because the path you walk today is creating the future you will live tomorrow.